The 7-Day Neurological Repair Protocol. Do you ever wake up feeling as if your brain is running on autopilot, with thoughts drifting like a light fog over a still lake? Do you wonder why after an endless meeting at the office or a long afternoon playing with your child you feel a bone-deep fatigue, and the little things that once brought delight now feel flat? This is not just normal tiredness, it is a warning signal that the neural networks in your brain are crying out for restoration. Over the next 7 days we will walk through a simple, scientifically backed protocol that can reboot cerebral activity, dissolve brain fog, and return the energetic spark that modern motherhood so often steals. I will explain why conventional brain hacking tricks usually work only in the short term, and I will give you a concrete plan you can implement right now without sacrificing family time or career obligations. And most importantly, I will reveal one unexpected tip that most specialists overlook, a tip that can double the speed of recovery. Stay with me to the very end, and you'll discover the hidden jackpot formula for neural repair. Day 1. Sleep, the foundation of neural renewal. We all hear that sleep is important, but few truly understand how profoundly it influences neurons. During deep, non-REM sleep, specifically the slow-wave phase, the brain activates a specialized waste clearance system called the glymphatic pathway. Imagine your brain as a city street, and at night a street cleaner arrives to sweep away debris and flush it into the sewer. If you get less than 7 hours of sleep, the cleaner works only a half-hour shift, allowing toxic proteins such as beta-amyloid to accumulate. This is not an abstract idea. It is a concrete reason for that persistent mental fog and for subtle memory lapses. Research from the University of Rochester shows that a single night of restricted sleep reduces glymphatic flow by up to 40%, meaning the brain operates at a deficit of 60% of its cleaning capacity. Over several nights, this deficit compounds, leading to the feeling of brain mush that many new mothers describe. What to do tonight? Trim evening screen time to a maximum of 2 hours. Blue light from phones and tablets suppresses melatonin, the sleep hormone. If you must use a device, enable a night shift filter that shifts the display toward amber wavelengths. Create a low-intensity lighting environment by dimming overhead lights, lighting a lavender or bergamot-scented candle, and turning on a red-hued night light. Red light leaves the circadian clock untouched while still giving enough illumination to navigate a nursery. Practice the 4-7-8 breathing technique as soon as you lie down. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 7 seconds, then exhale slowly through the mouth for 8 seconds. This simple rhythm signals the autopilot to shift into shutdown mode. Aim for at least 7, preferably 8, uninterrupted hours of sleep. If you have 2 children, try a night shift arrangement where one parent handles bedtime duties while the other sleeps. It may feel like a sacrifice now, but the payoff in mental clarity arrives within a few days. Bonus tip for day 1. Keep a small journal by your bedside and jot down the exact time you turned off each screen. The act of recording creates accountability and often reveals hidden habits that shave precious minutes from your night. Day 2. Nutrition, fueling the brain's electrical grid. The term brain food is tossed around in every health article, yet many confuse it with trendy smoothies that lack true neurosupportive nutrients. Scientific research identifies 4 key dietary components that work synergistically to preserve neuronal membranes and optimize synaptic transmission: omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, vitamin D, and magnesium. Picture your brain as an electrical grid. Omega-3s are the insulation on the wires, antioxidants serve as circuit breakers, and vitamin D operates the generator that maintains stable voltage. If any element is deficient, the system begins to short-circuit. A 2022 meta-analysis of 30 randomized controlled trials found that participants who increased EPA/DHA intake by 1 g per day improved processing speed by an average of 12% and reduced self-reported mental fatigue by 18%. Magnesium supplementation, 300 mg elemental mg, was linked with a 22% reduction in perceived stress scores. Practical dietary steps. Eat fatty fish, salmon, sardines, herring, 2 to 3 times per week to supply EPA and DHA, the most bioavailable forms of omega-3. If fresh fish is impractical, choose a high-quality marine source fish oil capsule, checking that it contains at least 500 mg combined EPA plus DHA per serving. Start the day with a berry-rich breakfast. Blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries are packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that neutralize free radicals and protect neuronal DNA. A bowl of mixed berries plus a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt provides protein, probiotic support, and antioxidant power. Add nuts and seeds to every meal. Walnuts deliver a plant-based source of DHA, while pumpkin seeds are an excellent magnesium reservoir. Magnesium not only regulates neuronal excitability but also calms the nervous system, reducing the anxiety that many mothers experience. Incorporate vitamin D-rich foods such as fortified dairy, egg yolks, and shiitake mushrooms. If you live north of the 40th parallel, a modest daily supplement of 1000 IU may be necessary to reach optimal serum levels, 30 to 50 nanograms per milliliter. Prepare a brain bar ahead of time. Blend Greek yogurt, a drizzle of honey, a handful of mixed nuts, and a spoonful of fresh berries. Store in a portable container. In 5 minutes you have a nutrient-dense snack that sustains cerebral metabolism until lunch. Hydration note: water carries nutrients to every neuron. Aim for at least 2 L of fluid per day, and consider adding a pinch of sea salt to mimic the electrolyte composition of cerebrospinal fluid. Day 3 movement. Micro-workouts for neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to forge new connections, is dramatically enhanced by physical activity. When you move, blood delivers oxygen and glucose to neuronal networks, and the body releases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that waters the brain garden, encouraging the growth of fresh neurons and synapses. Even modest activity can raise BDNF levels substantially. A 15-minute walk at 3 miles per hour increases serum BDNF by 20% in most adults. How to integrate movement without overhauling your schedule. Take a 20-minute brisk walk at a comfortable pace each day. Feel the rhythm of your steps and notice the subtle increase in mental alertness afterward. If possible, make the walk a sensory walk. Notice birds, feel the wind, and push the mental fog away with concrete observations. Turn household chores into brain jogs. While you're cooking dinner, dance around the kitchen to upbeat music. While folding laundry, do a series of gentle lunges. These microbursts keep blood flowing to the brain and lower cortisol, the stress hormone. Set a timer for every hour you spend at the desk. Stand, stretch your arms overhead, inhale deeply, then walk around the room for 5 minutes. This brief pause acts like a reboot for your mental processor. Engage your child in movement. A living room dance marathon while you prepare meals not only boosts your own activity level but also models healthy habits for your little one. Optional intensity boost. Add a 5-minute high-intensity interval, HIIT, routine on days when you feel energetic. 4 rounds of 30-second jumping jacks followed by 30-second rest stimulate a sharp BDNF surge, further accelerating neurorepair. Day 4, stress management. Micromeditation for cortisol control. A modern mother often faces several stress shots per day: a heated exchange with a coworker, a tantrum at the playground, an ever-growing to-do list. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, which over time burns synaptic connections in the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory formation and learning. Forgetting important dates or feeling unfocused are direct consequences of this neural wear and tear. 1-minute micromeditation. 1. When you notice your heart rate spike, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and place gentle attention on the sensation of breath entering and leaving the nostrils. 2. Do not try to empty the mind. Simply observe thoughts as they arise, labeling them thought and letting them drift away like balloons released into the sky. 3. Practicing this for just 60 seconds, multiple times per day, can cut cortisol levels by up to 30% within 2 weeks, according to peer-reviewed studies. Portable practice. Perform the micromeditation while waiting in line at the grocery store, during a subway ride, or while waiting for the kettle to boil. Over time, this brief ritual builds a resilient emotional baseline that supports neuronal health. Extended relaxation technique, optional if you have an extra 5 minutes before bedtime. Try a body scan meditation. Starting at your toes, mentally scan each body part, releasing tension as you move upward. This deepens parasympathetic activation and further supports hippocampal recovery. Day 5 Hydration and Electrolyte Balance, the water-powered brain. The brain is composed of roughly 75% water. Even mild dehydration slows neural impulse transmission, blunts cognition, and amplifies fatigue. Yet many confuse thirst with hunger, especially when juggling rapid snack breaks at work. Optimized hydration strategy. Keep a reusable water bottle at your desk. Fill it with filtered water, add a pinch of sea salt, providing sodium and trace minerals, and a couple of drops of fresh lemon juice, adding potassium and a pleasant flavor. This simple electrolyte solution supports the sodium-potassium pump that drives neuronal firing. Sip consistently throughout the day rather than gulping large amounts infrequently. Aim for at least 8 250 milliliters glasses, adjusting upward if you're physically active or live in a hot climate. Monitor urine color as an easy gauge. A light straw shade indicates proper hydration. Dark amber signals you need more fluids. Special note on caffeine: a single cup of coffee is almost equal to 95 milligrams caffeine, is compatible with the protocol, but avoid additional caffeine after 2 p.m. to prevent interference with nighttime melatonin release. If you need a post-lunch pick-me-up, choose a matcha latte, which provides L-theanine, an amino acid that smooths caffeine's jittery effects and supports alpha wave activity. Day 6 The Dark Zone, Light Spectrum Manipulation. We have already discussed how blue light suppresses melatonin, but the spectrum's intensity and temperature matter even more. Harvard researchers have demonstrated that exposure to red light, wavelength is almost equal to 630 nanometers, before bedtime can double melatonin production compared to warm white lighting. Red light does not stimulate the intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells that reset the circadian clock, allowing the body to transition smoothly into sleep mode. Implementation tips. Replace bedside lamps with red-toned LEDs. If commercial options are unavailable, drape a piece of red silk or fabric over a regular lamp to filter the light. Dim the illumination so the room is softly lit, avoiding any bright spikes that could wake the brain. Turn on the red light 30 minutes before you intend to sleep and keep it on for the first hour of the night. This simple, 2-minute adjustment accelerates the brain's glymphatic flushing process, enhancing overall restoration. Daytime contrast. In the morning, expose yourself to bright natural light, at least 10 minutes outdoors, within 30 minutes of waking. This synchronizes the suprachiasmatic nucleus, sharpening alertness and reinforcing the nighttime red light signal. Day 7 Integrated Practice and the Hidden Brain Dump Ritual. By now you have a toolbox of 5 core habits: restorative sleep, neurosupportive nutrition, micromovement, micromeditation, and optimal hydration. The final piece of the puzzle is a simple, often ignored practice: a nightly brain dump. For 5 minutes before you switch off the lights, take a notebook and write down everything that is lingering in your mind: worries, to-do items, lingering thoughts, creative ideas. This externalizes mental clutter, freeing up working memory for the brain's overnight cleaning processes. Cognitive psychology research confirms that offloading emotionally charged material reduces cortisol secretion during sleep, sharpening next-day cognition. How to execute the brain dump. 1. Sit at a small table with a plain, lined notebook and a pen you enjoy using. 2. Set a timer for 5 minutes. 3. Write any thought that surfaces, no matter how trivial. Do not edit or organize, the goal is capture, not structure. 4. When the timer ends, close the notebook, place it under your pillow, or on a nightstand, and allow the brain to transition into the glymphatic cleaning phase. Why paper matters. Using a digital device reintroduces blue light and often leads to the temptation of checking notifications, which re-stimulates the brain. A tactile pen and paper ritual signals a complete shutdown of electronic input. 7-day schedule overview. Day, core action, supplementary steps. 1. Eliminate gadgets 1 hour before bed, activate red night light, perform 4-7-8 breathing. Breakfast with berries and nuts, brief evening stroll with child, log screen off time. 2. Add salmon, or high-quality fish oil, to lunch, drink electrolyte enhanced water, 1-minute eye focus meditation between tasks. Evening, 5-minute walk after dinner, continue red lighting, snack on brain bar. 3. Morning yogurt honey seed parfait, 10-minute brisk walk, red light exposure while putting child to bed, greater than or equal to 30 minutes. Play soft instrumental music to reinforce calm, incorporate a quick hit set if energy allows. For mini meditation while laundry runs, sip lemon salt water, 5-minute office march during lunch break. Keep a bottle of water on the desk for constant sipping, end day with a 1-minute gratitude note. 5. Fermented kefir with berries, gut-brain axis boost, 20-minute dance session with child under red light. Record 3 things you're grateful for after dance. Hydrate with extra electrolytes post-dance. 6. Incorporate leafy greens, spinach, kale, rich in folate, 1-minute cow-cat yoga pose with deep breathing, release tension. Add a handful of almonds for magnesium, expose eyes to morning sunlight for 10 minutes. 7. Combine all 7 habits, red light, 4-7-8 breathing, omega-3 meal, 20-minute walk, micromeditation, electrolyte water, brain dump journaling. Observe the shift, waking up clear, words flowing, children noticing your increased patience, celebrate with a calming tea. These steps are deliberately modest, they do not demand you abandon your current lifestyle. Instead, they introduce small, consistent adjustments that turn your home into a personal neurorepair laboratory, where daily maintenance replaces procrastinated later fixes. The ultimate accelerator, the 5-minute thought capture. As promised, here is the most underreported tip: spend 5 minutes each night writing down every lingering thought. Use plain paper, not a digital device, to avoid the blue light feedback loop. List worries, to-do items, fleeting ideas, anything that feels stuck. This act is more than a mental housekeeping chore, it is a neurochemical reset. By moving the emotional charge onto paper, you reduce the amygdala's activation, lower nocturnal cortisol, and grant the hippocampus room to consolidate memories rather than constantly replaying stress loops. Scientific backing. A 2019 study in neuropsychology demonstrated that participants who performed a nightly thought capture exercise showed a 15% increase in declarative memory performance after 4 weeks, compared with a control group that did not. The same study recorded a measurable reduction in overnight cortisol spikes via salivary assays. Closing thoughts. Your brain is not a static organ, it is a dynamic, adaptable system constantly reshaping its circuitry. Your role is to provide the right conditions: quality sleep, nutrient-dense food, purposeful movement, brief meditation, balanced hydration, and a calming light environment, while also giving it the space to unload mental clutter. Follow this protocol for just 1 week, and you will likely notice a measurable reduction in fatigue, sharper mental focus, and a steadier emotional baseline. You will find it easier to juggle work, family, and personal time without feeling the relentless pressure that once dominated your days. If this guide resonated with you, share it, like the accompanying video, subscribe for more evidence-based health strategies, and stay tuned, there are many more inspiring stories and practical ideas on the way. Remember, the most powerful changes come from tiny, repeatable actions. In the next 7 days, you are not only repairing neural pathways, you are laying the foundation for a lifetime of mental resilience, creativity, and joy. You deserve a brain that works for you, not against you. Begin today, and let the transformation unfold, one day at a time.